Everyone talks about how real estate changed their life, but almost nobody explains how they got past the confusing beginning, because that's where most people get stuck. What do I buy? Where do I buy? How much money do I need? What strategy actually works? How much work will this actually take? And how do I know if this is even a good opportunity? That confusion keeps a lot of smart people sitting on the sidelines for years. So let me show you a real example. We helped an investor client acquire a piece of land for about $1.3 million. They didn't build on it. They didn't renovate anything. They didn't manage any tenants and all that stuff. They didn't operate an Airbnb, and they didn't turn real estate into another job. And less than 4 years later, that land sold for about $4.2 million. They gained nearly $3 million in gross profit. And here's the important part. That deal did not work because the investor did more. It worked because they bought better. They bought the right asset in the right path of growth with the right long-term strategy before the market fully recognized the value. That was the real work. Not swinging hammers, not managing contractors, not chasing down tenants, and not spending your weekends fixing problems. The real work was understanding what to buy before everybody else saw the opportunity. During the hold period of that land, we also made a few practical moves that made the property easier and less expensive to own. What we did was this, it was pretty cool. We worked to place the land in a conservation program with the county, which helped to significantly reduce the annual property taxes. We also did this. We allowed a local hunter to use the property in exchange for helping maintain the grass outside of the gate so that the property stayed clean and the neighbors stayed happy. Simple, quiet, strategic. That's the side of real estate most people never hear about. It's not flashy social media investing. It's not hype. It's not turning your life into a second job. It's just owning the right asset and managing it intelligently. And the story doesn't stop there. The profits from that land deal were used to acquire 2 more real estate assets, totaling approximately $8 million in value. That's how real estate can become a huge multiplier. One smart move creates the opportunity for the next one, then the next one, then the next one. That's how wealth compounds. Not by randomly buying properties, not by chasing trends, and not by doing more work. It's by following a sequence, acquiring the right asset, hold it intelligently, reduce unnecessary cost, wait for the right opportunity, have the right exit strategy, and reinvest those profits into a larger asset, and then just repeat the process over and over again. That's why I believe that busy professionals don't need another real estate job. They don't need to renovate houses after work. They don't need to, manage tenants on the weekends. They don't need to chase cheap properties, become more expensive over time and give you headaches later on down the road. They need the right opportunity, the right strategy, the right guidance, all before making their very first move. Because real estate wealth is not always created by doing more. Sometimes it's created by buying the right asset in the right location before the market fully recognizes the value. And that's what we look for at the McCarty team.